I'm really excited to ask the same question now to two people who have actually invested their entire career in building tools that other people could use to actually build and automate. So let's start with you, Mariam. How do you think this is going to affect entrepreneurship in general?
I mean, 97% of the people don't know how to code, right? So if anyone from this 97% really wants to start a business, they have basically three options. They have to either learn to code, they have to find a technical co-founder, or try to raise funding from VCs, which usually doesn't work if you don't have any early product, any type of product. And 90% of the startups it's also kind of known that they fail. So 90% of startups fail. And there is also a reporting from Fortune that the key reason, the 42% of the reason that is identified from failed startups are the ones that make something that people don't want, which means that they spend all of this amount of time, all of this money to build something which in the end no one uses, right? So until recently, the barrier to entry to entrepreneurship was really too high, and it required a lot of time and lots of effort and money as well. I think no-code really removes this barrier. It enables more non-technical people to build products and start businesses, allows them to really kind of build, iterate, validate different hypotheses in a record time and with really little money. And it does also enable them to pivot fast. If they find out that something that customers don't need, that they just pivot fast, change their functionality, and adapt to customers' needs. So definitely, I think it does enable kind of the future and the new type of entrepreneurship that we are going to see in the next years.
Yeah, absolutely. Testing hypotheses, de-risking your startup idea by putting those hypotheses to the test and iterating is probably the most important thing at the early stage of building startups. You come in, you have a great idea, but the reality is that unless you're going to be your own customer, then your own idea is maybe a little bit less important than the need of the market. So testing that with no code, totally agree. So how about automation? What do you think? Let's go over to Ninox and Frank.
Yeah, thanks, Christian. Actually, I couldn't agree anymore to what has already been said. So no code is definitely a great option to build your product as a founder, and creating a startup is really about iterating fast, failing fast, and being able to adopt quickly what you've already built. And this does not only mean the product, the customer-facing side of it, but of course also your internal operations. Yeah, you need to create the supporting services. You need to, as your company grows, implement a lot of internal processes, and that can be also addressed with no-code solutions much quicker, and gives actually the same advantages. Yeah, you'll be just much more quicker. You need to spend less resources on it, and you can adapt everything in a much more agile fashion. And I think that really supports the idea of creating startups, and is definitely the future on how it will be done in the future. Yeah.